All right, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Well, this is how I'm going to enter the show now, everybody. Ah! Call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for divinity and interface with a couch in space. It's Space Couch time. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm so excited I forgot to click it over into the chat room. All right, got some people in there already. This is going to be a big one for me. Welcome to Space Couch, everybody. It's I swear there's a couch under here. I say it every episode, but there are some doubters in the audience. I mean, not only are we broadcasting from space, but from a couch in space, I would not lie to you. I would also not lie to our advertisers. This week it's Tiger Squawk Records. Check out all the new stuff. Got that new one from Bitman. It's called 1%. You want to check out Play from Gasoline Invertebrate. That's for a game. It's really cool. Church of Bryantology Volume 3. That's all my shit. It's free. Definitely's got a new one called Descent 2. It's the sequel. I think it's better. Red Tiles from Israeli out of Sydney. More movie stuff. Amalgamated Cadaver is back with Live and Feral. Circus of Fear. More movie stuff from Sydney's Israeli. Then we go to Melting Rust Opera out of Germany called Neue Truma. It's really weird. More Amalgamated. That's me and definitely just making noise. Just skip it. Erotomania. More Israeli's been on fire lately. Just doing all Virtual Terrorist and Holoform out of Edmonton. It's really cool. And then like gamer weird stuff out of Victoria, BC with Orthocarus or Orthocarus. I should figure out how it's pronounced because it's been a couple weeks. Also want to thank our I screwed it up. Our patrons. Thanks to Gozer Games, couldn't do without you. I Hate Artist, cover artist extraordinaire, Lured by Radio, my buddy Pat from high school, the Ramadan, Grim Reaper for Hire, Bramley, Ray Calderon, Fly Ahead, Walter Magoon, and say it with me, everybody, Hunt Hent Hawk for the Ditch, and Glitch on Twitch, who also wanted to promote the Best Friends No Kill Animal Shelter, and my homeboy Carl from Angel Spit texted me to ask me to say September 16th and 17th Raid Trade fundraiser for DJ Adam Bomb featuring DJs from across the Twitch universe. DJ Adam Bomb is awaiting life-saving lung surgery and needs our help. He's been denied disability coverage, and the medical bills are piling up. Adam's friendship and support has helped so many bands and people's over so many years. We need to help him. We do. Watch the Raid Train and support his GoFundMe. That's Adam Bomb from MTV TV and DJ Adam Bomb and all that. More information when that comes next week. But that is next week. Right now, we got some really cool stuff because this is a band very early in sort of the fabric, if you will, of my own thing, but enigmatic in a way that I don't think really any industrial band is, to my knowledge. But we'll find out. Or maybe we won't. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Arizona, please welcome everybody. Oh, this is really cool for me. So you've all been lured over under the false premise of band practice. Thank you for that. Furroy says, "Hey, oh, in the chat room, what's going on, Roy?" Um, I try not to do this question to start interviews because like the premise of the show is that like after a lifetime of industrial music like we all know each other already, so like I just wanted to like bring you into the green room, but I actually don't know a lot about you despite being such a fan. So like give me the super villain origin story of like the Strand. Like were you bitten by a radioactive koosh ball? What happened?
Well, you got the koosh ball part right.
I got a
Uh,
little bit right.
yeah. Scott, do you want to handle that origin or?
Yeah, I mean, well, you were the brainchild of the Strand. You are the Strand. But yeah, it was back in what 1999, 1998.
Nice. Yeah, that's about when I started too.
We're old. Yeah, and you were just cranking out some tunes, right?
Well, I guess if we go back even further, what the real, I think the true origin of me making music would be my friend Armin Bastani. He
Yeah.
you know this guy?
No, I met him in the craziest way. I was at an island party like at like near-ish Chicago, and I didn't know him, and we were just sort of talking about bands. And this is like the last day, like Sunday morning, everyone's all hungover, and like this dude's like, "You know who's really good is the Strand?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, the Strand! I got Diatom." So like, yes, I met Armin in a weird way.
It was great. Yeah. You know what's funny is like here's a funny Armin story. He's like he is so knowledgeable and intelligent, but also like what's the word, like spontaneous. It's very just strange like to have like a logical spontaneity. So I'm like I'm at the urinal pissing in Hollywood.
This is
uh
1999.
this is Bar Sinister. This would have been like no way later. So he
Okay.
had moved to California, and
Okay.
I'm just at the urinal peeing, and I heard someone next to me just kind of groan and go, oh, something like that. I go, I'm sorry, I ate asparagus. And then this dude next to me is like, it's because the urine crystallizes and it gives off that fume or whatever. And I'm like, who is this interesting person that happens to know why my piss smells? And it was Armin again. So he was just, I don't know,
So
instead
you
of
met
saying,
well, but what's the point? Like we there's this guy Armin for the listener, and where does he
okay,
figure
going
into?
way back, Armin introduced me to industrial music. This is Chicago, Wax Track, Sarah,
Hell
like
yeah, hell yeah.
Armin introduced me to industrial music, which included like Front 242, Skinny Puppy, maybe some early KMFDM. But there wasn't like a lot that we could listen to in the car when we're driving around. We
Hmm.
just had these few tapes. So I used my Amiga computer and Octamed, this program that Armin gave me,
Fuck yeah.
industrial beats. And I would put those industrial beats on cassette tapes so that I could drive around and listen to industrial beats.
Wow. Awesome.
And that was like the end of it basically, until I moved to Arizona, and I was going to give up music, but then this guy Rob Poe, or what's his Tristan Isuit now is his name, he spun us in a club and a bunch of people were dancing, and that's when I was really hooked, and I
Oh
was like,
really? Okay.
okay, we gotta have to put together a band because like people are actually dancing to my music, and it was just the craziest thing. So
That's that is an amazing origin story. I love the I mean asparagus pea doesn't make it into most industrial band origin stories, but yeah, it's a stereotype for us. I'm kidding. That was amazing. Thank you. So for everybody, this isn't like a capital letters feature of the show yet, but probably I call it e-cigs. No, it's not electronic cigarettes. ECIGS, early childhood indicators of gothic sensibilities. So like for me, like I was like super into like Skeletor and shit. So like and so then when I discovered Sisters of Mercy, it was like, oh yeah, okay, duh. Like so what might have been some early childhood indicators that you were going to go down this industrial path?
You guys have any?
yeah.
uh, probably I was really into the movie Legend,
Yes, yes.
and probably my first CD was a Morrissey CD. So
Okay. Well, awesome. I wear big shiny horns on the outside because that's how I feel on the inside. That's my
Very
horrible.
fan club.
Yeah, totally. Got to do it. Awesome. I love it. Well, speaking of costumery in sort of a David Bowie-esque fashion, I don't really know any other band in industrial war that sort of had such demarcated phases as the Strand in terms of at least stage presentation. I was wondering if you could comment on the various sort of Pokemon evolutions of the Strand, or is it like trying on different suits of armor for you, or is it just sort of the like this kind of progression of presentation, if you will?
Yeah, you're referring to our different costumes at the
Yeah,
shows. Yeah.
yeah, mostly.
I think the reason for that was we wanted each show to be a spectacle and to be memorable. And so every show being memorable, kind of like the easiest way to do that was to put on different themed outfits. I'm pretty sure that's what it came from. Although big fan of like post-apocalyptic, like the look of it, like we're not certainly not the first ones to do that. Nine Inch Nails and Front 242 before us, like wearing the goggles and the cornstarch.
Sure. Well, but to my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong on the chronology of this, but like you come out with this sort of what at the time was like I would call sci-fi western theme for destroyers, and then in the sort of the purview of the sprawling metropolis of Madison, Wisconsin at the time, the whole steampunk thing came out like 60 seconds later.
Yeah.
So I was like, what was that like? Where you're like, what the fuck? We just invented this, and now you're like, you're stealing our act, or was it?
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was like the theme was for us. I was like really into Deadwood at the time. You remember that show?
Okay,
Deadwood?
hell yeah.
With the cowboys and the frilly, jabot
And
or
they all
whatever.
talk like within a Shakespearean lilt. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. So I said, well, let's do Deadwood, but like science fiction Deadwood.
Okay.
And we put together the outfits and thought nothing of it. And then a bunch of people are like, hey, that's steampunk. And we're like, what the hell is steampunk?
So good.
Didn't years later you said you or one of us was in the library and you going through a book on like the history of steampunk, and I think we were like credited in there as being one of the
yes
bands of a steampunk band, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
You mean it wasn't Will Smith?
yeah,
Come on, like,
Will Smith. That's a different show. Will Smith plus the Strand equals steampunk. Everybody knows it. That's awesome. And this is such a narrow needle to thread, but at least musically. And where I'm going with it is my main thing, the Gothsicles and the Strand have always had this weird, like maybe with like 3 other bands in the world, this bizarre balance of industrial goofery and like we'll bring some crazy, and I'll talk about like horrible shit, and then it'll be like, yeah, but clerics in D&D grant you 1d5 healing, and so. But you guys obviously D&D step into that strike amazingly well, even going back into Chick Suck, full bore like punchline type tracks, but like they also slam really hard. So I was wondering what your thoughts were on trying to achieve this crazy unique balance, or is it not even something you consciously go towards?
Well, it's usually I look back on the song and I'll be like, oh, that's a goofy one, or that's a hard one. It's not so intentional, but partly I know that when I go to see a band like Skinny Puppy, how fucking cool they look.
Yeah.
I know that I can't pull that off.
Stop.
I'm gonna go with what I know, which is like when the song starts, then I go hard if the song demands it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. We do kind of take ourselves like not seriously.
Well,
and that was kind of intentional. I don't know why. I think maybe because to me, it would help me identify with the audience. Like I'm one of you, you're one of me. You could just as easily be up here. That kind of thing. And we both
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was subconsciously doing, but without really realizing it. That's a really cool way to put it. Like, yeah, I'm excited to see the headliner too, everybody. Woo! Unless you're headlining because you're amazing. But do you?
sometimes, by the way, headlining is a different thing these days. If you're headlining, that means you're going on like at midnight when everyone's gone home, gone to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Or you're playing last because that's when your time zone is on because it's a live Twitch thing.
Yeah.
But do you think you got like dinged for that? Meaning like people couldn't get a grasp, like on this guy's talking about horrible shit, and then he's like referencing Captain Picard. So like I don't know where to put this band mentally, like in my mind.
Probably. I know
Okay.
there's certain you play, probably because we weren't hard enough, like Bar Sinister.
Well,
as much as we wanted to play, but like, and we have some songs. We have plenty of songs that are serious and hard. But like, You Make Me Crazy or Chick Suck or these kinds of Chick Suck we haven't played in years, by the way. That's not PC anymore. Like that's not.
Well, you're in
Even when I
space
wrote that
now. International waters. We can do whatever we want. But you guys did just crush it live. I'm gonna cut to a little bit of an amazing video you can find now on YouTube, but don't go to YouTube. Stay here, because we're gonna watch this now. Three, two. So that was amazing. A little bit of Syntoxication. Tell us about that because it looks awesome.
Well, first, can I want to introduce like who's sitting here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got too into like Strand stuff. But please introduce your band.
I feel weird being the only one talking. This is Scott Levy. He plays guitars. He's
hey.
I'm Dave Strand. I do the screaming and some of the songwriting. Brian Anderson, drums. Although that's not all you do. You do guitars for other bands and stuff. And Seth Ludeman's a new addition to the Strand, somewhat. And you play guitars.
Yep.
Which is like very new for the Strand. I was really, when I was into industrial music, I was really anti-guitar, like no guitar. But then I find like I'm fucking writing music and trying to EQ and distort synthesizers to sound like guitars anyways. And so when I knew Seth was like playing, I'm like, do you want to come over and jam at band practice? And it sounded awesome.
Okay.
So we're also missing three members. It's fine. Steve, who used to be in the band called the Azoic, as well as like Access Zero.
Yeah.
And then Jessica Savage is our new singer, and she's amazing. She brings like a lot of soul and energy to it, and she's really good with she's got a high charisma. That's all I can say. Like very high charisma.
Awesome.
And then Ben likes to be called just Ben. So, who's not?
Everybody looks amazing in the video. I'm happy you were able to fit all on stage with 7 people.
Yeah, so that show was great. Do you guys want to talk about the show at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was like we decided to go vampire.
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of a new one for us, I think. And I don't know, I felt cool, like I've never been that gothy, I'm more on the industrial side than the goth side. For me, it was fun to go goth. And,
I think I threw the monkey wrench in there. I think Jessica was like, let's go romantic goth, and I was like, no, vampires.
The frilly shirt didn't like get in the way of the drumsticks or anything like that.
Yeah, actually it did.
Okay, that's it.
I had to tie them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And same thing with Ben had me tie his sleeves up because they were interrupting with his keyboard playing.
Yeah,
Oh, Alex McKay from Pill Brigade says always a monster lineup on stage. Awesome. Talking with my homeboy Alex, he said he had very much enjoyed seeing you guys back in the day in Arizona. But he's
Yeah,
in...
we did. We have a lot of people on stage because we want to play as much of it live as we can. You know, a lot of
Awesome.
industrial bands will just play the track and sing along with it, which is fine.
Mhm.
But I wanted it to be visceral, like,
Mm.
and like I don't do it so much anymore, but I used to intentionally like slam into the keyboardist and stuff, so that people knew like they were really playing live.
Mhm.
If keyboard, if you play it perfectly, sounds just like a backing track, and
Right.
so I wanted to make sure that everyone knew, no, that's actually him playing that part. Or
You don't have to slam into us now because we're just plenty capable of fucking up on our
Oh,
own.
that's amazing, right? Because it's like if you do it perfectly, like that dude's definitely playing Minesweeper. But like if you take a hit and screw it up, it's so much cooler. Okay, I even thought about that.
I do feel an awful lot like watching someone check their email sometimes.
It happens. Not that I would know anything about that. So we got new members. We got guitars, which like you and I are kind of simpatico in that. Like I'm like I approach it with kind of like tweezers and like Kleenex. Like we'll like insert it in there. But now that you're writing, don't let me put words in your mouth. But if you're writing explicitly for a guitar, does that make it easier than to translate to the live stage?
Oh, I don't think of it that way. No, I don't. I mean, I think the song needs what the song needs, and like I'm not really gonna dictate what instrument that's gonna be. Usually in my head, the way I hear it, it's mostly synthesizers.
Mm-hmm.
But like the song needs like onslaught or whatever, it needs to be crunchy, and then we just need to throw guitars on there. I don't. I know I'll write the song typically for the emotion I want to evoke, I guess is a good place to start. Unless I've got like some dumb idea, like, I hate my fucking job, or, like writing the song for the lyric,
Uh-huh.
but
Well,
usually.
speaking of songwriting, I mean, you had mentioned that you're maybe working on stuff, not maybe not. Like you're a father now. How's that working out for you?
Yeah, I mean, being a father is awesome, but it does require like a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the days of me locking myself in the studio for 10 hours straight are just not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, Child Protective Services is gonna knock on your door at that point.
I'll have to lock them in there with me.
Just sample them yelling at you.
God, I hate.
They're very honest.
Song sucks.
Yeah, they're very honest.
Yes.
The other day, I shaved my beard the other day, and my daughter, who's 3, she walks up to the bathroom door and looks at me. She goes, "Weird," and I go, "I know it is weird me not having a beard, huh?" She goes, "No, your face, it's weird." Like, yeah,
That's the best. One of the funniest / truest things I ever heard is that if you ever want to figure out what's wrong with you, just have a child draw you.
yes,
Like,
they are.
just
Yeah.
just locking right in on whatever bald spot or love handle you think you have.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
But yeah, but it just takes a lot of time. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm writing lyrics. Yeah, I'm writing little loops here and there.
Awesome.
But I don't have the time to produce a full, song even at this point. But in time.
Well, I think, and this I didn't shoot this question beforehand, but I feel like that's sort of the way culturally it's going. Like in Bandcamp Friday world, where people will drop like a track or like a 4-track EP. At least that's what I'm seeing. So I think if my observations from space are any indication, you're probably good with the casual writing. And I'm from space, and so I see it all. Space / Boston, which are the same thing. So yes, hi from the other side of these United States. Thank you for allowing my time zone difference. But we gotta get to the crazy shit. It's time for features. We'll start with Radiation Round, called that because lightning is exceedingly rare in space. So no wrong answers. Say whatever you want. So from each of you, Scooby, Snoopy, or Pluto?
Oh man.
Scooby. Yeah.
Yeah,
Scooby.
Scooby.
Scooby?
Yeah.
Scooby across the board?
Yeah, I'll not ruin the trend. Scooby.
Okay, we got a quorum on Scooby from this strand. And so we'll do a hack question, but a Space Couch classic nonetheless. Hardware or software?
Oh man. Hardware.
Hardware?
Yeah.
All right.
My heart loves the hardware, but I use the software.
Interesting. Yeah, we had Gabber artist Dummy Plug Conspiracy on. He's like, yeah, I used to be a hardware guy, but I have 4 kids now, so I crack open the VST for 20 minutes, and that's all I'm getting. So it's like, yeah, all good, dude. So we have. Go on.
Yeah.
Clicky, switchy switches, you know, like
It's great once you get it all set up, but it's like I'm looking at, this modular synthesizer. You're like, I'll just crack open the fucking engines or whatever. What's that?
No one can hear the difference, although they can, but like
Yeah, I can, but
yeah, majority of people can't. But
I'm
you ever try
getting
to-
back into it for the happy accidents where it's like I'll be screwing around on a machine and like, oh, I totally meant to do that 100%.
yeah, easy for things. No, that's a good point. Seth brings up a good point, which is that when we play live, it's all hardware.
Oh, really? Yeah, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it. I go beyond 2 people and I'm like, what's even happening?
Well, it doesn't sound exactly as it does on the album,
Mm-hmm.
but
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, sweet. I know I do. Well, yeah. I mean, ticket price ain't free. You want to see something new. Pilbergate says Scooby too, and let's address the giant owlbear-sized elephant in the room. What is your go-to D&D class? Like, if we're gonna start a game right now, I'm the DM. You get to play whatever you want. What's your go-to class?
Oh man, I've been slamming so many hours of Baldur's Gate,
Okay.
and like I've been playing so many classes. Right now, I think it would be Monk.
Monk.
Human monk or
Yeah, maybe a human monk. Yeah,
Human monk. Dig it.
I'd be like a halfling wizard probably.
Halfling wizard.
Do the voice. So
I usually go for cleric because I like somebody that can do magic and
Okay. And
Rogue.
Rogue. Oh, we got a full party. Okay, so
venture into the dungeon.
oh, I love it. Okay, so from the top, Snoopy across the board, hardware, software mix, human monk, halfling wizard, cleric, and rogue. 5 era in Twitch says Ranger. We got it all covered. We're gonna fuck up this dungeon with combat advantage. One of my very favorite Strand albums. Check it out now at strandland.bandcamp.com. Is that where people? I might have screwed up your URL.
Strandland.com is our main site. Strandland.com. We'll have the links to all the other.
Strandland.com. All right, we'll put that all in the chat. But if you are listening live, you can open strandland.com in another browser window because we are streaming this from space. So the least you could, for no reason, but like the least you can do is watch it. I mean, it would have made a lot of sense if I was still on terra firma, but as long as I'm flying through space in a pit of balls, I thought I should talk to industrial bands that I like a lot, like the Strand. So this is the second feature. We call this hypothetical spectacle. That's where we sort of take the essence of the Strand and distill you on down into like the Strand, like the action movie, or like the Strand, like the dinette set. So I was thinking, like, what would the Strand, like the tabletop RPG, be like? What would your classes be like? Strength, dex, and job hatred. Could you roll to detect death trap? Would somebody have to be a submarine operator so you could get that ping noise?
The funny thing is, like, when we used to come up with our costume ideas, there was like a requirement where everyone had to have a job title or some kind of
Really?
talent. And then everyone had to have a weapon too that they would carry to our photo shoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. So we got like a compendium of potential tabletop material for the Strand game.
You have the trading cards too, so from our superhero.
Oh,
see
you got yes, you have trading cards. That's so cool.
Yeah. It was our flyer. So like one side's the flyer for the show, and the other side was a trading
Yeah,
card.
I forgot about that. Oh, with like the power. Oh man. Yeah, do you remember how we met? Because like I reached out to you and then you posted about me on LiveJournal. I was like, yeah, the Strand posted my first stupid EP.
I'm a big fan of yours too, man. I love your music.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, man. We playing around town and catch all the gossicles and gasoline and vertebrate stuff. We'll post those links to. Just announced for England. Woo! So that'll be cool. Resistance Festival, man. That's the one. That's the one you want. Although, do you have any live shows coming up we want to plug, or is that playing by ear?
I need to look up our live show.
Oh, good.
October 26th.
October 26th.
Look at that! Nice. Where are you playing?
We're playing at a place called
Rhythm Room.
Yes, Rhythm Room. Okay,
Nice.
Rhythm Room.
In Arizona there?
It's in Arizona here.
Cool,
Rhythm Room.
I am deeply invested in this
I'm
show.
Really, it really means a lot.
Well,
no, I do. I'm looking forward to the show. It's just
no. It's not. I'm putting you on the spot. I didn't ask you beforehand.
so recently it was kind of like iffy on which date it was going to be and who's going to
Totally.
be on the bill. And so I don't think we've actually even posted about it yet because we were.
Oh, cool! Space Couch exclusive. All right, check out.
Also, we plug. Scott's got an escape room in Phoenix.
Hell yeah! Go on, proclaim on that escape room in Phoenix. What is it?
Yeah, I opened up something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Oh, it's your escape room, like you.
Yeah, we built it.
Kick ass.
Me and my partner Kaylee built everything from by hand. It's cyberpunk themed, and it's called the Immersive Machine. And if anyone's in Phoenix and wants to come by, we'd love to have you visit.
All right. We often assign homework here on Space Couch. This is the first field trip we're assigning because I have just learned that literally the guitar player from the Strand owns a cyberpunk escape room. That's a sentence I just said, everybody. I'm so... Oh, Furroy in the chat room says road trip. Fuck yeah, dude. So me and the guy that made Hired Swords 2 for the Commodore VIC are going to drive out, which is weird because the last time we hung out was at video game convention in Phoenix. So me and my buddy Roy are going to come out to do your escape room in Phoenix that you own and operate. Give us the name one more time for our listeners.
Yeah, it's the Immersive Machine.
The Immersive Machine. You're gonna hack the Gibson, man. There he says there's an ugly rumor that I'm working on a Vic 20 game now. Oh, Pill Brigade wants to go. Oh, Space Couch listeners are jazzed. I'm glad you brought that up. So we'll keep our space ears to the space ground for whenever Arizona's happens on the 26th. Still kind of formulating. We'll definitely check out the Immersive Machine. New music may happen, but you have a lot to check out now at home. Some of the slamminest / funniest / did they just make a guild reference in this song? Like, it's crazy. I love the Strand so much. Was really happy to have so much representation on the show and get down to the sort of origins of it with somebody that we kind of started on the same time and just never gave it up. So I've always sort of had this solidarity with Arizona's The Strand. So like this was cool. If you're ever in Boston, let me know. Space. I get those mixed up. We are on a rogue flight path out here in space, and I'm going to bring this flying ball pit / couch back on into the station. Do you have anything you want to leave with which you want to leave our listeners, The Strand?
No, I don't.
All right, sick. So you're going to check out Syntoxication on YouTube. Go to thestrandland.com. Pick up all shit, it's still good. It's the diatom like changed my life. Like I went to the Ren Fair in it's in Wisconsin, and I had the big diatom shirt, and like the Ren Fair people, they just like mess with you. So a guy followed me around going, "Lord the Strand," and so like.
Oh wow!
So I don't know if I ever told you that story, but like you were Lord, I was called Lord the Strand at the Bristol
Nice.
Renaissance Fair in Racine, Wisconsin. And one of the coolest remix discs ever. You put out a remix kit on your remix disc in 2005,
Yes.
which I thought was
in retrospect, now, like when I'm playing music on shuffle, I'll hear like a snare drum occasionally.
so good.
Just clips.
Oh, well, it was a baller move. I swear to God, I've never stolen any of it. I've stolen so much of it, and this was really big for me. Everybody, check out the Strand. I gotta end on the call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for div anarchy and interface with couch in space. Space couch. Let's talk about the couch over here. If you have any like last minute. Oh yeah. Shout out to Josh. Yeah, we ran into each other at Neil. Remember that? That was cool. And that's not. That was a million years ago too.
Bartender.
What's that?
There's a guy from. I think when I ran into you at Neo, the guy from Sister Machine Gun.
Oh yeah, he was just like chilling. Like, wait, what? Like,
and then, like someone came up to me, they're like, "Oh, I love your music." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, man, thanks so much." And then I found out it's like the guy from Stromkern that said it. Come back.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I was at a festival once in England. I was really drunk, and then like later, somebody told me that Andrew Eldridge was like walking around. God damn it! But like, all right, Space Couch out.